Welcome, everybody. Welcome, everybody. We got the microphone up there. It's all good. Let's see if we can lower this a little bit. Yeah, there we go, friends. So we're just gonna put this on. We're chilling. We're gonna hang out and chill here for a little bit. But we're welcome, folks. We are live. So welcome. So we are doing a really cool stream today. Just want to put this out on some of the Discords really quick. So, but yeah, we're gonna have fun. We're gonna have fun today, folks. We have a really cool stream for you guys today. Something really simple, something different, but I think something really special. So let me just put this on some of the Discord server. Alright, but yeah, welcome, friends. This is going to be a good time. So, I'm just putting this out there in some Discord servers just to kind of let some folks know. We're going to have some fun, folks. This is going to be a really cool one. This isn't going to be a terribly long stream, folks. This is going to be a relatively quick build today, but I wanted to stream this one because this one's going to be very special. And I'll kind of explain why this particular build is really special to me. So, because we're doing this for someone really special. So, give me a second, folks. We're just putting out in certain Discord servers that we're getting going. All right, almost there, friends. But yeah, we're gonna have a fun time, folks. Almost there. Alright, almost there. Alright, hello, friends. Hello. We're doing something different today. It's kind of out of my normal kind of build kind of catalog. So let me show y'all what the heck we're gonna do. So we're doing a Cherry MX build today, and I'll kind of show you what the heck we're doing, because you're gonna kind of get shocked as to why the heck are you building that. So we're building the Cherry MX board, building the Keychron today, and we're doing some really cool caps today. We're putting some Type Plus stabilizers on it, and we're gonna be putting in some Gateron grayish switches today. Now, you're wondering, why am I building something that's more budget? I normally deal in like the high-end stuff and like Alps and whatnot. So, for those of you who don't know, I am a school teacher in my day job. That's what I do. And one of the things that I do every day at work is I take in a different mechanical keyboard every day, and my students have noticed. And I had one student who's like really interested in mechanical keyboards and like PC gaming and whatnot. And the student approached me a couple months ago and showed me a keycap set, and he said, "Hey, like, would you potentially be able to like build a keycap, like a keyboard around this keycap set that's like a 75-ish%?" And I said, "Yeah, we can do that." So we ordered. I ordered the keycaps, and the keycaps got stuck in customs for like an ungodly amount of time. So the keycaps actually arrived a few days ago. So I want to show these keycaps off. So so we're doing a fun little theme build for this student, which is really cool. So my student is a huge Peanuts fan, like huge Peanuts fan. So this student found this Peanuts themed keycap set from a company called the Capco. So we're going to be doing a really cute, really fun build. I normally don't build builds like this, but for this is a special occasion. So we're doing a full kind of Peanuts comic strip themed build, which is going to be really cool. So this is going to be like kind of the cool part of the build. The other thing that my student asked for, they said like, "Hey, I really want a white keyboard." So I was kind of looking at options because I didn't want to go like uber high end. Like, I'm not doing that. I need this. This is going to be like a beginner board or something very entry level, but like still going to be a great build for them for a really long time. So we went with the Keychron V1. So I knew Keychron was what I wanted to do. I wanted to do QWERTY keys, but I really couldn't find anything from QWERTY keys that kind of fit what I needed. So Keychron was kind of my next best option. Again, I don't throw shade at Keychron. I think they make a good product for the market that they're targeting. But Keychron, most Keychron boards are going to be some type of black. The white Keychron boards, you have to basically order direct from Keychron, which is kind of a pain in the butt. So I had to order this from Keychron in China. I couldn't go to Micro Center or Costco or Amazon, what have you, for this particular keyboard. So we're doing one of their 75%. This is really bog standard. There's no wireless, so this is going to be a wired keyboard. You have the switch to switch between Mac and Windows. Very, very simple build. It's nice that it does have a rotary knob, which is really cool. What's up, Happy Tissues? So this is going to be a build for one of my students at my job, which is going to be really cool. But it does have RGB backlight, which can be controlled, which is really nice. So my student will be able to kind of figure out. But we got this bare bones, so we didn't have any switches. There's no stabilizers. So we're going to put in really nice stabilizers. We're going to put in some really nice switches. And this is going to be an awesome build. It's also a full polycarbonate build, so it's not metal. So it has a nice little, it's not like absurdly light, but it's not like absurdly heavy. So this is going to be a really nice really nice entry-level beginner build for my student at work. So we're going to disassemble this because we got to get the PCB out because we got to install our Type Plus stabilizer. So yeah, but that's what we're going to be doing today. So nice, really kind of easy entry-level build. Nothing insane or anything like that. We're not doing anything crazy with this build. We're keeping it very simple, but this is very different from my typical foray. I've only built one other Keychron in my life. Like when I got into the hobby, I kind of bypassed. I went straight to the custom stuff. I never dealt with like your more budget brands that a lot of people start off with. Like I didn't do like the Keychrons of the world or like your QWERTY keys. Like I went straight to like the custom stuff. So like my journey is very different from like your average person. But Keychrons are great. Like, there's a reason Keychrons are in, like, Costco. They're in Micro Center, Best Buy, like, Amazon. Like, they make a good product for what it is. And I think for most people who just want a mechanical keyboard, pretty much anything from Keychron's lineup would be just fine for them. Now, I do tell people, well, if you get a Keychron and you realize, hey, I like this mechanical keyboard thing, like, then that's when you can start exploring some of, like, the group buy stuff or, like, the custom stuff. But I think for, like, the most like your average user who want just a mechanical keyboard that's going to get the job done, Keychrons are fantastic. Like you can't go wrong with them. So because the only other Keychron I built was for my mother. My mother has a Keychron Q6 full size for her home office setup, and she loves that thing, and it has served her well for a couple of years. So it's really, really nice. So yeah, this is going to be a really quick build, folks. We're probably not even going to be on here more than an hour. Cherry MX builds are really, really simple. For me, and this is hot swap, so we're not even soldering. So literally the thing that's going to take the most amount of time is going to be lubing the stabs. But yeah, that's going to be it. So we're going to take this off. So we have to take our rotary encoder off, so our knob cover comes off, and we just take off our top case. Again, this is a full polycarbonate build. So, and then the way these Keychrons are built in, they're bottom mounted, which is cool. So take all that stuff out. One thing about this too is a polymer case. These plastic Keychron boards, I have built these. They come with this kind of silicone that goes in the bottom. It gives it a nice decent weight and kind of helps dampen some of the sound, which is really nice. So we're gonna get a nice, like, really deep and thocky sound signature, which is what my student is looking for this particular build. So another thing about these boards, we have a steel plate on these Keychrons. So Keychron uses steel plates instead of aluminum plates, which I kind of like, because steel plates are kind of like, especially someone who builds like a lot of vintage keyboards, like steel plates are the way to go with vintage boards. So it's kind of nice that Keychron uses kind of a throwback to vintage boards. And of course, we are keeping the plate foam in. Again, we're using all the foams in this particular build because that's going to give my student the sound profile that they're looking for. So we'll put that off to the side. And we have our PCB. So we have our USB-C port, we have our little switch here, and we have our big knob, which is going to be awesome. So very satisfying. So we're going to get our, so we're rocking Type Plus stabs for this particular build. So let me figure out, I have so many Type Plus parts. So there's our wire. So we got a 625 wire. Wire that we're using. We need 4 stabs on this particular build. So that's what we're doing. So let's get our wires out, and then we'll also get our housings. We'll start working on our stabs. So we're going to lube these puppies up. This is going to be the part of the build that will take the most time. And then once we get the stabs done and the stabs mounted, this build will come together really quickly. And I'm going to give this to my student in class tomorrow. So he's probably going to lose his mind, because I showed him that the keycaps finally came. But he has not seen the keyboard in person, so he's gonna like probably lose his mind when he sees it in class tomorrow. So it's gonna be really cool. So yeah, this is a nice little way to kind of pay it forward and do something cool for a kiddo I get to work with every day, which is really awesome. Oh, I have a stab. Here we go. Let's use that one. Cool. Stick those in there. Perfect. Let's get some of those, and there we go. Cool. All right. Yeah, we have a stab already done. Sweet. Yeah, that one's done. So we'll stick that one on there. Yeah, we're going like posh stabilizers on this particular board today. We're going all fancy. Hey, I try, friends. So, hey, like I said, it's a lot of my kids at work have noticed that, like, hey, like, I do the mechanical keyboard thing. And again, mechanical keyboards have, like, definitely blown up post-COVID. I mean, it's not like we're not dealing with the hype that we had during peak pandemic. But, like, a lot of my kids, like, play video games and, like, do PC gaming. Like, PC gaming has become so accessible in the last few years. Like, I mean, not right now. Like, RAM prices are kind of insane, but like I wouldn't recommend building a gaming PC now. But like getting into computer gaming or PC gaming, the past like I say like decade has been so accessible. Like it's so much easier to build a PC now than it probably ever has been. Again, and mind you, this specific moment in time kind of sucks because of like the RAM shortages and a lot of the RAM pricing right now. If you tried to buy, if you looked at RAM prices, like it's ridiculous. Like a 32 gig kit of RAM is like going to run you over $400, which is just kind of insane. Because like for me, I rebuilt my gaming PC in late 2023, and I got a 64 gig kit of RAM for my computer, and it was $300, which is what a 64 gig kit should cost you. If like you try to buy a 64 gig kit of RAM today, you're looking $800 to $1,000, depending on where you look and like what day and time it is. So it's kind of crazy right now, but like there's a lot of like awareness around like PC gaming right now. So, and again, a lot of my students are like big time gamers, like, which is really cool. So like it's really cool that like more and more people are getting into PC gaming and seeing like that really how much better of your gaming experience it is. So yeah, so it's a really cool time. Yeah, this is one of my kiddos at work. And it all started when they showed me this idea of this keycap set. And I said, yeah, let's do that. So this build kind of took forever because I ordered these keycaps a while ago, but just because of current geopolitical things right now, these got stuck in customs. Like it's kind of weird when you order something internationally. Sometimes it goes through customs in like a few hours or like an evening, and sometimes it just gets stuck in customs forever. And it's got stuck in customs for like a freaking long time. Oh god. Oh god, dude, yeah, X99 builds are, oh dude, I remember the old Xeon and X99 builds back in the day, dude. Those were freaking awesome, man. But yeah, it's crazy. So like, it's definitely a fun time with some of this old like PC gaming stuff. I love that it's just kind of blown up in popularity, and like more and more people are gaming, which is awesome. So yeah, we're just installing the stabs right there, but it's a really good time. I really enjoy. Again, doing it, and again, like I did, I am a middle school teacher in my day job, so yeah, like one of my things I do at work is like, again, I bring in a different keyboard every single day. Hey Parrot, you should freaking sell that. You can make like $300-400 off of it. Yeah. Yeah, it's weird because like steel. I know I like a lot of my modern Alps builds. I prefer aluminum plates. Like if I do like my Geon Works builds. Or stuff like that, like I'll do aluminum, but like the vintage boards, like all my Omni keys, all my old Alps boards, like those are all rocking steel plates, and like the IBMs, like which are right behind me, those are rocking steel plates. So like steel plates are really good. They're rigid as crap. Also, if you're into like Topra, like steel is kind of the way to go for plates, because like Topra, you want a really rigid plate to have the best experience with Topra. So. Oh, it's crazy, dude. Like, dude, RAM prices are absolutely insane right now. It's really kind of crazy and sad. Because it just sucks. Because I was trying to explain it to a friend who's not really well-versed in, like, what's going on in tech right now. And I was just trying to tell him, like, everyone's looking at it from all the headlines look at, like, the RAM shortage from, like, the perspective of, like, oh, PC gaming. Like, oh, we can't build our gaming PCs. But, like, it affects so much more than gaming PCs. Like, again, like, and pretty much any electronic like device has RAM in it. So like that RAM, it's going to be harder to get that RAM. So other devices are going to become more expensive. Like again, like your appliances, like smartphones, tablets, like cars. Like those components are going to get more expensive, therefore increasing the price of the end level products that RAM is in. So it really kind of sucks what's happening with RAM right now, because again, all the three RAM manufacturers are mainly focusing on enterprise clients, particularly with AI. So it's kind of like all of us who are in like the consumer electronic space are getting kind of shafted right now, which sucks. So, I mean, I'm just one guy. Again, these are like multi-billion-dollar companies, but it does suck for like your average everyday consumer, because like again, we have to like, we also purchase these things, like we're not, but again, I get why the RAM companies are doing it. Like, do we sell RAM to like the consumer market where they're buying like just a couple sticks of RAM, or do we sell to like this multi-billion-dollar company who's buying $100 million worth of RAM? So it just kind of makes sense. So what's up, Thok? It's all good, my man. So yeah, thanks for jumping in, Thok. So, but yeah, that's like the interesting thing with like the RAM shortage. I get from like a business and like money perspective why the RAM manufacturers are doing what they're doing, but it doesn't make it suck any less. Like I'm thankful, like I don't need to build a computer like anytime soon. Like my rig is gonna last me for a number of years. Oh yeah, dude, that's just insane. Yeah, I have friends who like work in like the enterprise like data, like I have a buddy who works in like data centers and like maintaining and like fixing the servers, and it's just crazy like the amount of money that's going into server farms right now, because like if you look at it, like all around the world, like these data centers are being built for like the express purpose for these AI companies. It's crazy. Like if you look at the videos of like these server centers that are being built, it's absolutely insane. So, and again, those companies are purchasing again tens of millions of dollars of RAM at a time for these server farms that they're building. So it's absolutely insane. And again, it's a level of money that is well beyond my comprehension. So we got 3 of our stabs done. So just kind of crazy. Yeah, that's gonna be interesting. Well, that's another thing too. I think a lot of people don't realize with like the AI stuff. It's like it's actually horrifyingly bad for the environment, because again, those centers have to be powered by something. Like the power draw of those data centers is like, if some people, like I always tell people, like if you ever want to see like how your electric bill spikes in your house, like play some demanding video games in your gaming PC and you see a spike in like your power usage. But like those data centers are doing that power spike 24/7, which is just kind of crazy. So, but yeah, it's just interesting. Yeah, AI is not going anywhere, and it's just kind of the new norm and reality we just kind of have to live with and just kind of accept. But it is just kind of interesting seeing like what is kind of happening in like the electronic space right now. Like AI is the thing. Like if you watch like follow the consumer electronics show, like AI was like the thing. Like literally like everyone and their mother was talking about at CES. So yeah, we definitely live in strange times, folks, with technology. Like it's exciting for sure. Like a lot of tech being developed is just kind of cool, but like it definitely is just kind of uncharted territory and new stuff with like all of like the AI developments. And I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. Just definitely food for thought. That's kind of crazy. Yeah. Yeah, so it's crazy. Like this whole AI boom that we're kind of in, this AI bubble, is just kind of crazy. So, but yeah, we're almost done with stabs. Like again, this is literally the longest part of the stream. Like we'll probably be out of here in the next like 30 minutes. This is a really quick stream. So, but this is just I really wanted to stream this build because it is a special one, because it is for a kiddo that I do get to work with. So, this is a good kid. He's a good kid, so there we go. Let's just get that lube on there. Get that wire lubed up so it's not rattling. Let's get it in that housing, and then we'll get these stabs screwed in. And then yeah, we'll get our Gateron grayish. We're putting in probably my all-time favorite Cherry MX switch, which we'll see in a second, which are Gateron grayish switches. Like they're such an underrated and amazing switch. So cannot wait to see my students' reaction. All right, cool. So we're done with that. I'm done with lube. So I'll put that away. All right, so let's get these puppies kind of screwed in now. So we're going 625U on these. awesome. So we have those. Let's flip this around and let's get these screwed in. Let's get my screwdriver and then we'll get these puppies kind of screwed in. Thanks, mate. Thanks, mate. It's always a fun time. Yeah, we're having an awesome steel plate here, so it's going to be a good time, everybody. Let's get these screwed in. So yeah, we're putting some nice stabilizers in here. The Keychrons normally come with kind of mid stabilizers, so Type Plus, at least for Cherry MX builds, have definitely become my favorite. So they are a fun stabilizer to use. Really tight tolerances, and once you lube them up, they are phenomenal. So yeah, these are going to be awesome stabs. This one going. I also don't want today's stream to take too long because it's also like here in Los Angeles we've been going through like a pretty brutal heat wave, so it's like hotter than hell in like my little man cave where I stream. So definitely want to get this build over sooner rather than later. So thankfully this is a relatively quick one. We will be on stream tomorrow with a build that is going to take a while. We're going to be doing that client Topra build I tried to do last Friday, and then we realized we had the wrong spacebar wire. So we're going to do take 2 on that client Topra build, which is going to be super awesome. So that build will probably take like 2 or 3 hours to do. Because Topra is kind of its own kind of beast in terms of assembling those boards. So let me get a different one. So one more screw. And then yeah, we'll be done with stabs. At least screwing the stabs in. Alright, got our stabilizers screwed in there, folks. Let's put that away. Let's put these stab parts away. Let's get these screws and washers away, and then we'll be good to go. We got our stabs. And then we'll start putting this assembly back together. So, Keychrons go together. Keychrons are kind of interesting in how they go together. So if you've ever worked on a Keychron, like I've worked on these boards before, they have a very unusual way in how they go together. Okay, there we go. Got that. We got our plate foam in. Let's put this one around the back. Perfect. So let's find our exact screw that we're working with. All right, that one. Okay, let's reassemble that. There. Yeah, so we have these standoffs that kind of screw and clamp the PCB, plate foam, and plate together. So it kind of sandwiches it all together. So yeah, Keychrons are kind of their own thing. So yeah, they're definitely very fun and easy boards to work on. I mean, that's kind of the point with Keychron. Like they've kind of made a name for themselves and being like this really great entry-level option. So yeah, this is going to be a great little board for this, again, kiddo I get to work with. So, my day job. Last screw to kind of hold this in. And we'll kind of screw everything in. Alright, there we go. There we go. We got that plate assembly in. So, now let's get our bottom case. And then we got to put this down. And then we put that down, so then it's a bottom mount case, and then there's these additional screws that will kind of hold, then we clamp and screw everything down into the bottom of the case. So it's got a bunch of these screws here that's going to hold it to the bottom. So, yeah. Then once those are in, we'll put the top case on, and then we'll basically just put our start putting our switches in and then our keycaps, and then we're pretty much done. So yeah, let me see. Yeah, so fun times, friends. But that's what we're doing today, folks. So nice, really simple, straightforward build. This is probably as simple as it gets in terms of builds. But yeah, really like this. I like it when we get to do simple builds. I mean, I do love the complex builds that like take frickin' forever, but like, I don't know, there is something refreshing when I get to do something simple like this. Alright, cool. Alright, now what we're going to do, we have, I think, almost all of our bottom mounted screws in, which is really great. So, there we go. Now we're going to put on our top case. You can see that top case. And then we're going to put on our rotary knob. And yeah, we're going to screw in the bottom case. And then once the bottom case is screwed in, then we are pretty close to being done. And we'll just start doing our so this is going to be a fun little build. Yeah, super, super simple. I mean, we'll probably be out of here in the next 20 minutes, folks, so this is not a long stream at all. I didn't want it to be. We are just doing something super simple today, so. Cool. Look at that. Cherries are pretty much factory, dude. I didn't do anything fancy for these cherries. So these are Gatoron grayish tactile switches. So these are from Gatoron's budget EF line or Everfree line. They're fantastic switches. These are a long pull tactile. So they give a really, really nice sound, and these are going to sound fantastic. Like, again, these are as stock as they come. Like, nothing fancy has been done to these. So yeah, it's just going to be a nice, fun little build. Nothing too crazy. Again, the purpose of this build was to keep it really simple. Since this is a very, kind of, again, this is for a student, and this is like their first mechanical keyboard. It's going to sound fantastic. So we're just going to put all these switches in. Make sure I don't bend any pins. So, but yeah, that's what we're doing, folks. But yeah, we're going to do our F row first. So this is the Keychron V1 75%. So really nice board. It's a really, again, it's a budget board. It's really polycarbonate. There's no wireless support, but I think a great little board, folks. Again, I'm keeping this simple. This is for a student of mine from my teaching day job. So they reached out to me a couple months ago to like do a build from, and we're finally doing it. So yeah, it's a really cool board, and they're getting some really nice Type Plus stabilizers, and they're getting these really nice Gatoron switches. So these are a long pull stem, so they have a really, really nice sound. So these are I'm mostly an Alps guy now. I really don't do a lot of Cherry MX stuff, but these are my all-time favorite Cherry MX switch. I love these switches. If I could have more of these, I would, because these are also like really kind of a more budget Gatoron switch. So you can get these switches for like 20 cents a pop. So they're very, very reasonably priced. Because I know some Cherry MX switches, like some people pay close to like 60 or 70 cents a switch. So yeah, these are very, very reasonably priced. So really, really nice little build. So yeah, we're doing a 75, and I think for like layout, like 75 is probably the most utilitarian. I think you get the best of like everything that you need without anything you don't need. So that's really nice. So let's put our stabilized keys there. And once we're good. Yeah, this is very, very bog standard, very simple build. So got this nice white polycarbonate case, which is perfect. So, and then once we put the keycaps on, that's where this build's gonna get fun. So, and it's also just nice doing like, again, I love doing like super high end, like modern builds, like expensive or rare GMK, but like there's something charming and fun about doing builds like this where you have like a cute, fun little theme, and you just keep it fun. Because again, the purpose of this hobby is to have fun, and this is going to be a really cute, really fun build. So. Oh man, this is going to sound awesome. So cool. Just got to do our numbers and then our alphas, and then it'll be pretty good. I need more of these grayish switches, man. Got to order more of these from Gateron. Like, if I could literally order like 1,000 of these, I would. Because like, it would be like the only switch I would ever use. At least for Cherry Max till the end of time. So I friggin' love them. So. So yeah, it's a fun time. What's up, Big Bezel Boy? We're doing a nice, simple, fun little build today. Nothing, no Alps, no high-end custom stuff. We're doing a Keychron today, baby. So we're having fun with a Keychron. So this is a build for a student of mine from my day job. So this is really cool. So like this kid at my work, again, like one thing I do at my job is like I'll bring in like a keyboard, a different keyboard every day to be on my desk. And my students have noticed, like, and they really like it. They think it's funny and kind of cool. But like some of my kids like are genuinely interested in like getting their own mechanical keyboard, and they always ask like, how much does it cost? And like when I bring in like some of the more expensive boards and I tell them how much it costs, they said, oh my god, it's crazy. But like this build is like very, very budget friendly. But this is for the student, and it all started with an idea of a keycap set they showed me, and I said, yeah, we can do that. So yeah, so this is really, really cool. Probably gonna use the rest of these grayish. Oh my god, I love these. I love these switches so much. They have such a really nice clacky sound, but also if you put them in a foam that has like a lot of foam, you get a nice like deep thocky sound. So like these are, like you can get both like clack and thock out of these switches, which is like phenomenal. So, because I had these in my Geonworks W1AT, and they're phenomenal, phenomenal switches. So. Yeah. So yeah, we'll probably be out of here in the next, like, I don't know, like 10 minutes, 10, 15 minutes, folks. So this is a very short stream today. Just doing something simple, doing something fun. All right, cool. Got all of our switches. So there we go, folks. Look at that. We got some Gateron grayish. We got some Type Plus stabilizers. Now let's get the keycaps, because that's like the star of our show today. Let's get that keycap box out of here. There we go. Alright, let's get these keycaps out of here. They're from a company called the Capco. And I'll kind of tell a little bit of the story about these keycaps. So these are Peanuts themed keycaps, which are really, really cute and adorable. So these are awesome little keycaps. So it just came from an idea that my students kind of showed me, and it's a really cool little set. So I want to look up the diagram of this particular set, just so I can have a better idea. Yeah, they're a really cute little set. It's a really cute set. And again, like I said, there is a place for like super high-end like GMK builds and whatnot. But like, I don't know, man. There's also, I like it when I get to do builds like this that are like fun and cute. And they're just like, at the end of the day, this hobby, we sometimes take it so freaking seriously. And I'm like, no, we just gotta have fun here, man. We're here to build metal rectangles and play around with ABS and PVC plastic. We're here to have fun, guys. So that's what I'm all about. So when I get, it's kind of refreshing when I get to do something like, it's like very simple, really cute. So yeah, so we'll start putting these keycaps on, really kind of see the personality and the character of this board come to life. But yeah, the student really wanted a white keyboard, so With Keychrons, you can get most of their stuff domestically, like here in the States, like from like Micro Center or like Costco or Best Buy. But the student was very specific on a white keyboard. And I'm like, Keychron does make white keyboards, but like you have to get them direct from Keychron. So like this keyboard also took a minute to get, and I had to wait for it to come in stock because they also wanted a white 75% keyboard. So, yeah, so it was definitely being patient for this one to come in. So, oh, it's going to be so sick. So, yeah, we're going to have fun with this build. So, faux show. Yeah, this is going to be a really, really cute little set for sure. Yeah, nice sound, actually. Yeah, it's a really, really nice little sound for this board. And again, for a first-timer's beginner board, this is perfect. Like, this is going to give them a lot of use. Again, they're probably going to game the crap out of these switches and keycaps, which is perfect. Because, again, this student is a pretty big gamer. So that's going to be awesome. Let them have a really awesome keyboard that kind of expresses who they are. So I'm just making sure everything is uniform. Yeah. I know I'm doing an MX board, which is crazy. But again, this is for a student of mine at work. Again, for those of you who don't know, in my day job, I am a school teacher. So one of the things I do, at my day job is like I'll bring in like a different keyboard every day. So like my students notice that like it's a different board. So like my kids are always asking like, what keyboard is it today? Like, and whatnot. So like they always just kind of see it. So it's just kind of cool. Like I took the IBM Model M in today, which is really kind of cool. Yeah. There we go. So yeah, it's fun. But yeah, my kids definitely like seeing all the different keyboards that come in through my desk. So that's just kind of my thing I do every day. A different board every day. C, V, B. But yeah. Ooh, nice, really fun sound. Okay, which one are we going to do? I'll bring in both space bars and kind of figure out what they want to do. So that's going to be R1. So it's going right there. Okay. This is going to be our space bar. Awesome. That one is fantastic. So that's our first keycap tray. Yeah, MX board, this is a special occasion. This is, again, for a student that I work with. So yeah, that's really cool. So they get to, this is a fun, cute little build that we're doing. So I figure it's nice doing fun, cute little builds like this. So, yeah, but Jad Turtle, it's a fun time. So, yeah, thanks for coming in. And thanks for dropping by. Always a fun time. Nice, Big Bezel Boy. That's like really cool, actually. So we're just making sure all these... Oh, that's for the numpad. We don't want that. That's our numpad one. We don't want that. Yeah, we're just kind of going through, making sure that all of our pieces work. Oh yeah, this is gonna give it a great deeper sound. And this is definitely gonna be a thockier keyboard for sure. So now everyone's chasing that thock in the hobby, so it's gonna be awesome. Yeah, it's filling out. Yeah, the white with like this keycap set's like perfect with a white keyboard. So this is phenomenal. So these switches are the Gateron Grayish. So they're actually a more budget switch. I really these switches do not get enough love and attention. They're really affordable at 20 to 22 cents a switch. They're called the Gateron Grayish. They're a tactile, and they're 59 grams in spring weight. And also they're a long pull stem, which is really nice. You can get a really nice, I've built boards with these switches that give me a nice clack. And then depending on how much foam I use, I can get a really deep thocky signature. So these are really great switches that don't get a lot of love, and they're really underrated. So like if you can try, like they're my all-time favorite Cherry MX switch. Like again, I've grown to love Alps as my most favorite switch. But like if I'm doing Cherry MX, I want to build it with these switches. Like my GeonWorks W1AT was built with these switches. So really, really cool one. So dude, that's awesome. Oh yeah, that's that one we're not using just yet. Okay, we're not using the that full right shift because we're doing a 75. We need to go to the small shift. Okay, we need to find that 1.75U. Yeah, but that is looking pretty cool. What's up, Yeager? Or Igor or whatever. I'm sorry. I'm probably butchering your username. Sorry, sir. Alright, yeah, we're doing a really fun build here. Cool. Alright, so we're going to go to our next keycap tray because I think we're done with this one because we got to finish off kind of our corners. So we're going to go here. Okay, we got to get our arrows. Yeah, I have the keycap diagram off camera. Yeah, Jad Turtle, these are really good switches. Again, I'm not, when it comes to Cherry MX, I'm not the biggest. Yeah, well, here's the thing with custom keyboards. Like, I always tell people, I am a big believer, this hobby is for everyone, and this hobby should be accessible to everyone. Now, with that being said, like, personally, I've only ever really been into, like, the super, super high-end keyboards. But the one thing I want to say is, if you are in, but, like, that shouldn't negate people from getting into the hobby. Like, there are great ways to have fun in this hobby while not spending a lot of money. So like the people who do like more budget keyboards or keyboards that are way more affordable, like they're still having fun with them. They're learning how to mod, they're learning what switches they like, they're learning about keycaps, and they're ultimately building a keyboard that they're proud of and that they enjoy using. And at the end of the day, that's what matters. And I'm a big proponent of that. Is like people just ultimately just have fun in this freaking hobby. Everyone focuses on like the clout chasing or like keeping up with the Joneses, and I'm like, dude, just have fun with this hobby. Like that's the thing I'm really, really big on. Is just again always have fun. Because like at the end of the day, that's what really matters with this. Is like we're just having fun in this hobby, enjoying our metal rectangles, or in this case, plastic rectangles. So that's what's really fun. Exactly, you as someone who's into like vintage keyboards, like the vintage side of the hobby is so amazing. Yes, there are vintage keyboards that fetch hundreds or thousands of dollars, but like most vintage keyboards will run you less than like $50, and you can have a lot of fun restoring them, learning about the history, and ending up with a really cool and unusual keyboard. And again, cool budget boards are really cool too at meets. Like again, I'll share a cool story I learned about a budget board at Keeblife. So Keeblife is one of like the biggest keyboard meets here on the West Coast, and I've gone to it for the past couple of years, and it's awesome. But I ran into a user who had an Agar Mini, and I told him like, "Hey, dude, I love your Agar 60." And I told him, "Hey, man, I love your Agar. That thing is awesome." And it's really so I told him like, and then the guy said, "Hey man, I'm kind of embarrassed and I'm kind of ashamed of this keyboard." I said, "Why?" He said, "It's a budget keyboard. I didn't spend a lot of money on it." I told him, "Dude, like be proud of that keyboard. Like you built that keyboard. You selected a color. You built it. You picked out the switches, the stabilizers, the keycaps, and you made it you. And it sits on your desk and you use that keyboard. Like be proud of it. Who the hell cares that it's a air quote budget keyboard? Like that's and that's just like something that does bother me. Yeah, the expensive and like super rare stuff is cool. But the vast majority of the people enjoying the hobby are going to be in the stuff that's more accessible. And we need to like support those people in like having fun in that accessible stuff. And again, also acknowledge that not everyone can afford like the uber expensive side of this hobby. That's just something to be aware of too. Like again, not everyone can afford like a keyboard that's $500+ and then like a $200 to $300 GMK set, and then like probably some super boutique expensive switches. Like again, that stuff is cool, but it doesn't represent the vast majority of the hobby. And I think that's one thing that's cool, is there's something for everybody. Again, we have the more budget options, and of course we have people who are in like the uber high end who are spending thousands of dollars on like Norbauer stuff or like OTD or like OG South Korean custom stuff. Like I get it. So there is a time and place for everything with those things. So I'm trying to find, am I missing the keycap? Okay, we're doing this one for 170. Cool, we got that one. Cool. Got Snoopy right there for our that one. So yeah, I'm a big proponent. Well, yeah, Igor, you mentioned a battleship. I got 2 of them on my wall. Here's my M122 battleship. I just restored and bolt modded. This thing is awesome. I do want a Model F battleship eventually, but those are a little more expensive than what I want to spend right now, so I'm not in a rush to get one. So, okay, let's figure out what we're doing next on the bottom row. Give me a second. So, oh yeah, and I also have the smaller battle cruiser right here, so I'll pull up the battle cruiser. So, here's my battle cruiser. So, yeah, another beauty right here. Fully restored and bolt modded, so both Model M's at their core in terms of their switch design. So, yeah, awesome boards. Love them. Love the battleship. No, I don't want any of Ellipse's Model F keyboards. Here's my problem. Again, nothing against Ellipse. His product is just really expensive. And I get why it's expensive. It's just not for me. At one point, I did consider getting an Ellipse board, but I just kind of thought, I just decided against it because it just wasn't for me. And we're going to put this Snoopy right here. I think for... Give me a minute. Yeah, we're going to put that right there. Perfect. All right, now we're going to just do our little navigation column right there, and then I think we'll call it. So we'll do our... Let's get fun with these. We're going to just do some fun novelties right here. And again, if my student wants to, like, change anything out, they are getting the full keycap set as well. And the thing that's nice, too, about this keycap set, it's a uniform profile. So, like, I can literally put keycaps where the heck I want them. So, there you go. Cool. All right, there we go, friends. Look at that. Look at that. That's a fun, cute little board. Let's test it really quick. Let's get the lighting set up. And then, yeah, we'll get on out of here, folks. Again, this was a simple, really simple build, folks. This is nothing too crazy. Like, we're not doing some insane mind-blowing build like Alps or anything like that takes like a ton of time. So, yeah, but yeah, big bezel boy. I'm not gonna tell people to. Oh, dude, a Kish Saver. Good luck with that, dude. That's gonna be like absurdly expensive. A Kish Saver is gonna be like really, really expensive. Like Ellipse's stuff is cool. It's just it's not for me, and I'd rather just get the OG stuff. All right, so. With that being said, let's get this board plugged in. And you can see that Pro Gamer RGB kind of peeking through. So this won't be the most RGB friendly keyboard. I'll kind of make that clear to my student. Like, you do have RGB backlight, which looks pretty dope. But we are going to go through and we are going to test this keyboard, make sure everything is programmed correctly. So yeah, let's go through and figure it out. So all right, I'm going to go and share my screen. We're going to go transition to, let's go to screen share. All right, we're going to go to screen share, and yeah, there we go. All right. All right, we're going to go to screen share, and we are going to go to VIA really quick. You can kind of see how I program this board. So we have our F row up here. We have delete, which we're going to keep there. I'm going to make this one home. And I'm going to make this page up. I'm going to go a page down. And then we're going to fully program left. Okay, left control. We're going to go Windows. Left win. We're going full Windows on this. Okay, left Alt. Perfect. Now this one is going to be right Alt. We're going to go right Windows. And then right Control right there. And then we're pretty much programmed. I want to go now to our switch tester and just test everything. Okay, arrows are good. Page up, page down, home. Okay, that's good. Delete. Perfect. Just going through, testing everything. right. That is pretty good. All right. Let's go transition back to a normal. There we go, friends. So, yeah, we're pretty much good. Yeah, so this is really cool. So, again, I'm going to get the RGB kind of set up, but I think we're pretty good. Actually, let's do a proper sound test. Let's take this little work foam off of it, and then we'll be pretty much good to go. So let me unplug this so I don't make my computer go freaking crazy. But, yeah. Yeah, so there we go, folks. Really, really cute build. This is for, again, a student that I get to work with. So, yeah, I'll definitely let y'all know the build. Later tonight, I'm going to take some nice pictures of this, put them on my Instagram, put these on Reddit and Discord tomorrow. But, yeah, this board is pretty much ready to go, folks. So, something really simple. Like, literally, we're done in under an hour, folks. But, yeah, this is a really cute little build. So, these keycaps have really fun novelties. And it's really nice doing something that's just really fun every once in a while. So, not every board has to be this crazy expensive GMK metal, full metal custom. You can have fun with keyboards with stuff like this. So this is really cute. I love it, and I think my student is absolutely going to love this. So, all right, folks, this was a really... Oh, yes, Show V3 is going to be tomorrow, folks. So we're going to be doing that client Topre build tomorrow. That's going to be at 5:30 p.m. Pacific Standard Time tomorrow, folks. We'll get that Topre build done. So that's going to be a properly long stream because Topre is its own animal, folks. So, all right, folks. Thanks for popping in, folks. Again, have a great rest of your evenings.